Press play. CoverGirls, Spice Girls, Victoria's Secret. They're making products for the female market. Cool Water, Dodge Viper, Eagle Boss. Mastering products for the male market. Most people believe brand names should reflect their customers' or sexual orientation. One person, however, wasn't like most people. Meet Mr. Katsuji Komata, Nissan's president from the 1950s to the 1980s. In the early 1960s, his then-fledgling company, known as Datsun, developed a brand new sports car. They built a car that not only rivaled the elegance of European racers, but also the muscle of Americans. The point is, this car cost half as much. The only problem was, he didn't have a cool name to give his new car. All the cool car names have been taken. Miura, GTO, Stingray, Mustang. But in 1961, Mr. Komata watched the Broadway show My Fair Lady and was absolutely mesmerized by its beauty. He then decided to give his brand new sports car, his very masculine sports car, a very feminine name. He called it the Fair Lady Z. Hello, my name is Carlo, and I'm going to talk to you about Nissan's iconic sports car, the Nissan Z. I'll discuss the past, present, and possible future models of Nissan's two-seater. The emergence of the Nissan Z car in the 1960s and 1970s took the world by storm. At that time, the sports car segment was dominated by the Jaguar E-Type, the Porsche 911, and the Chevrolet Corvette. The 240Z, though, brand new, was brilliant and a real bargain. At $3,500, about $22,000 by today's standards, the Fair Lady Z offered a beautifully sculpted body, reminiscent of the Ferrari GTO, matched with world-class performance. In fact, it didn't take long for Nissan to overtake Volkswagen as the highest-selling foreign car company in the U.S. at that time. Nissan didn't invent overhead cams, disc brakes, or other fancy options. They just happened to put together a brilliant car at the right time. The 240Z, for instance, had a factor option that shared the Nissan Skyline GTR's 160 horsepower race-bred motor. For reference, the fastest Civic did not break the 160 horsepower barrier until about, 15 years ago. The 240Z later gave way to the 260Z and the 280Z. They're very similar in style and performance. The later Z cars weren't quite as popular as the original. In the 1980s, though, Nissan released a turbocharged version of the Z car. They added an X to the name to denote the turbo option and called it the 300ZX Turbo. The curvaceous lines used in the 1960s and the 1970s were replaced by edgier, more angular designs popular at the time. The 300ZX grew in power, 200 to be exact, and quickly became the top-selling sports car in America. Eager to stay ahead of the competition, Nissan unveiled a new 300ZX twin-turbo in 1989, which once again became an instant hit. With in-your-face styling that rivaled Italian sports cars. With 300 horsepower under the hood, the new Z car was breathtaking. The Corvette at that time only had 250 horsepower, and the fastest Toyota Supra had 200. The Z car was truly on its way to greatness. However, Japan's economic crisis of the 1990s had to put the Z car on the shelf. Auto fans around the world had to wait 7 long years for the new Z car to emerge. The past decade saw 2 new Z models. The highly anticipated 350Z was released in 2003. The current model, the 370Z, was released in 2009. Both cars are very similar and offered over 300 horsepower, while keeping the 240Z's formula, performance, and affordability. Both models also feature technological advances and refined chassis and suspension tuning to keep up with its competitors. Nissan Z was back at the market, and up until about 5 years ago, was back on top. The 370Z, however, is getting long in the tooth. It's getting old. Once a performance bargain, the current Z car suffers from horsepower envy and dropping sales. Though still very popular, excellent handling alone is not enough to keep up with the 370's competitors with over 300 horsepower, even 400 horsepower, such as the Mustang and Camaro. The good news is, Nissan is developing a new Z car. Nissan is developing a new Z car with its sister company Renault and its brand new partner Mercedes-Benz. Rumors of a 400 horsepower monster for around 40,000 horsepower, set to debut in about 2 years, is getting a lot of fans excited. Talks of more engine options, weight reduction, and overall better performance is keeping the Z name relevant. Only time will tell whether the new generation Z can live up to the name. In the meantime, car guys are keeping their fingers crossed and holding their breath. The Fairlady Z's 40-year-long journey is truly remarkable. It took the sports car world by storm in the 1960s, grew into a household name in the 1970s, became the top-selling sports car in the 1980s, and named the import car of the year in the 1990s. And also saw a victorious comeback in the 2000s. Each model improved upon the last and kept the Fairlady name alive. With the next Z car just around the corner, the excitement of automotive people is truly palpable. The Z car has truly come a long way. Not bad for a manly car with a girly name. Thank you so much. My name is Carla. Do you have any questions?
No.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you.